everybody, crafting journey here, that journey chick on Instagram. I'm back. You didn't think you could get rid of me that easily, did you? Nope. Yes, it's with a heavy heart, very heavy, that most of you know that I had to say goodbye to Jake, my beautiful little boy. But he's in a better place. He's at the Rainbow Bridge with some of my other pets. And I would say he's probably happier than he has been in the last few months. So, and I'm not going to cry. I have cried a river. Oh, speaking of which, Diamond Art Club is coming out with Alice Cry Me a River. Ah, I have to have it. I'm going to try to do the Diamond Art Club lottery thing today and see if I can get it. I'm like tearing up here. I can't talk about Jake anymore. And I do need to thank you all. Oh my God. You guys, now I am going to cry. You guys were incredible. All your love and support, and, special thanks to Crystal and Tia and Cheryl and, God, you guys, and Mama, can't forget Mama and the pancakes. Oh my God. That's another story, but, just a huge amount of love and support from the community, my besties, Narrate and Mickey, and, just everybody reaching out, and, my 90-day challenge step group, because I certainly had a one-off day this past week. The day after, I couldn't even get out of bed. I took the day off from work. Yeah, it is what it is. But it's National Hug Your Kitty Day. Hug your cat today. Some of them don't like to be hugged, but just hug them anyway. I'm getting kittens tomorrow. Stitch and Pearl are coming home tomorrow. So I am taking my Sunday live show on the road with Malia. We're going to go on the road. I'm going to take my camera. It's got a mount on the dash, up on the dashboard. Yeah. And Malia can film as well. And, well, I don't know how that goes. We'll see how it goes. But we're going to take the show on the road. We're meeting up with Crochet and Kerwin, her husband, and we're going to have a quick lunch and exchange kitties, and it's going to be a full day. Yeah, I can't wait. So today I am, after I play the Diamond Art Club lottery, I'm going to go and buy a cat scratching post. That's kind of one of the only things I don't have. I have cat dishes, litter box, food, but I need toys for the cats. So I want to get a cat scratching post and a couple of toys. So if you have some good recommendations and you're watching this early this morning before I go shopping, let me know. Well, even whatever, because I can order something off of Amazon. In fact, the other day when I was, lamenting Jake, I was diamond painting and talking to Crystal, and she's like, get your Cricut out. So I got the Cricut out, found the plugs, and then realized I don't have anything. I am set up on the app of the Design Space. So Crystal walked me through some of the things that I'm going to need, and I ordered them off of Amazon, like cardstock and tools and things like that. So that's coming tomorrow as well. Tomorrow's a big day. And today I get to see my daughter. I haven't seen my daughter in 2.5 years. So she's here in town. She's visiting with my son. She's staying with him. So I'm going to head over there today and visit with her. So I finished this corner here. This is part of the hot air balloon on this Alice painting. So I'm now working on the next section here. So let me stop jibber jabbering and start diamond painting. I also started a hat that I'm going to give to my daughter. I'll finish it up this morning, and boy, I have a lot on the agenda today, don't I? Yeah, well, I always overthink things. I'm going to try to finish that hat. I was working on it last night, but you know how you have those nights where you just keep making mistakes. So I just had to put it down for a little while. The diamonds, I got to tell you, the diamonds on this painting are really nice and flat, and you know, flat on the bottom surface, so they're sticking really well to the glue. So I'm really enjoying this diamond painting. And that's the show. I don't know what else to talk about. Oh, I know. So, I got an order from DP with Sparklers from my good friend Narrate. She's, oh my God, she's amazing. So she sent me these. Now, Tina calls these something else. She doesn't call them cover minders. She calls them hot spotters. So I got a few hot spotters from Tina's store, and the magnets are so strong. I got to try to get them separated here. So this is the first one. Look how beautiful. Let me see if I can get this up to the camera. Look, it's pink and it sparkles. Okay, so that's one. I got to keep them separate because they're all sticking together. All right, here is another one. It's like a little candy type thing. It's so cute. All right, you stay there. And then there's another one. It's just, oh, come on. Get unstuck. Okay, there we go. Woo. These magnets are strong. This is the same thing, but it's just, I can't put them too close together. One's darker than the other. Which one's darker? This one's darker. I like the darker one. Boy, I like them both. It's pink. Oh, hi. What's not to love? Okay. And then my favorite. Look how beautiful that one is. Okay, I'm going to put this one on my painting. I'm using release paper, so I don't really need it, but it still looks awesome. I kept seeing this on her painting and going, I thought it was part of her painting. I'm like, oh, that's so beautiful. You're using sparklers. She's like, no, that's the cover minder. Oh, okay, who knew? All right, we're gonna put this right here. Ta-da! Look how pretty that is. Oh, it sparkles. Now I want to use them all. Okay, no, we're not gonna do that. Oh, let's not get carried away. So actually, here, we'll just put them right here. I have a little can right there. I love the little organza bag. Thank you, Tina. Tina is the owner of DP. It's dpwithsparklers.com. You guys got to check out her store. She has, oh, if you want to bling out your painting, she has hot spotters. I think she's going to start selling diamond paintings one of these days, but she's got pens, but she's got sparklers galore, like square, round, sparklers, 4 squares, just amazing stuff. Tina Burney. So that's garbage. All right, let's diamond painting. So Tootsie has been taking this pretty well because, you know, the last few months Jake was isolating. You know, he was sleeping most of the time, so he really wasn't interacting with Tootsie a whole lot. There she's, my girl. Come say hello. Come here. Come. Oh, don't be shy. Come on. Come on over here. Come on over here. Say hello. Say hello. Come here. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. What's going on, huh? What's going on? You want to sit here with mommy? Huh? You want to sit here with mommy? Here, right there. Go lay down. Right there. Yeah. Okay. You just want to be here? Okay. I'll let you. You gonna sit down? Oh, good girl. No? Where are you going? Lay down. Good girl. That's my girl. I don't think she did before because Jake was always in here. And sometimes she was a little afraid of him because Jake like ruled the roost. He was alpha dog around here. So we have no more alpha. She's been sticking really close to me though. Tootsie is. Like sleeping right next to me. Well, yeah, that's Tootsie. So let's talk about the step challenge. It's going so well. You know, I had that one-off day, and my team is doing amazing. Although, bless their hearts, you know, I have two girls that live in Vegas, and yesterday in Vegas it was like 111 degrees at the hottest part of the day. I'm like, good grief. You know, you can't go outside. There's just no way you can go outside in that heat. So I suggested, you know, early morning, but that, you know, apparently that's not even really an option. So wow, it's just so hot. So they're finding alternative ways to, you know, keep up with the step challenge in that ridiculous heat. Yeah, wow, I couldn't go out in that kind of heat. But what I've been doing is going out. Like last night, I was laying in bed and I thought, you know, God, it's still light outside and it's 9 o'clock. This is ridiculous. So we went for a WALK. I can't say the word because she'll freak out. She'll think, yeah, we're going. She knows that word. So we went, and yeah, just for a short one because it was getting dark, but it wasn't dark yet. So, and yesterday, I mean, it's Kansas. It was a particularly hot day for Kansas, but no, I mean, nothing like Vegas. My word, that's ridiculously hot. I don't know. I'd have to. Do y'all have pools? I hope you have a pool there in Vegas because wow, is that hot? Wow, wow, wow. But one of my team members is she's in Tasmania. She lives in Tasmania, and she's doing a bang up job. My whole team is doing great. They really are. So I hope that whatever team that you're on, that you're doing fantastic. Keep up the good work. I mean, week 1 will end on Monday, so make sure that at least by Tuesday you have your weekly steps total to your team captain, so we can, you know, make sure everybody's doing fantastic. Yes, I'm so proud of everybody. Really, I am. I know how hard this is. Personally, it's been tough. I've had some life changes this week, and it's tough. I know there's always things that come up in life, and I know that better than anybody. But we gotta, you know, we have to muscle through it. So I did out of a one-off day. And then yesterday, physical therapy, that guy about killed me. 10 minutes on the bike, 10 minutes on the elliptical, 10 minutes walking up and down these stairs. 10 minutes on the sled, which is, it's basically you're doing squats for 10 minutes. With weights, yeah. Not the easiest thing. So, and I had parked in the farthest, I took the farthest space out from the hospital yesterday, so I made sure that I had a pretty decent distance to get from the car to inside the hospital. I knew it wasn't going to rain yesterday. So, and then after I left physical therapy, I'm walking back to my car and I am exhausted. Like, can I get an Uber or something to my car? I'm just tired. And then I'm walking on the road and I hear this car come up behind me and I'm like, oh, just run me over or give me a ride or something. Just run me. And she goes around me and it's my boss and she's just waving, and she knows I'm trying to get steps. She's waving at me, laughing. I'm like, this is not funny. Give me a ride. Yeah, she didn't. She just kept going. Yeah. So I made it to the car. then I was like dying of thirst. So, but my house is so close to work that I didn't stop anywhere because I was thinking, oh, I want one of those Sonic cherry limeades, diet cherry limeade. That's like my thing now because I can't have any caffeine, and there's very few options at fast food places, for people who don't drink caffeine. But this diet cherry limeade, oh, it's fantastic, and it has no caffeine. So, uh, and then when I'm done with it, I take the limes that are on the bottom and I pour them down my sink at the garbage disposal, and I run the garbage disposal, and it makes the garbage disposal smell good. I know that's weird, but it does. So, um, let's talk about judge, jury, and journey. So I have been doing this in the background. Yeah, I'm losing track of days. So one of the days that I think it was the day before yesterday. Yeah, the day before yesterday, which would have been Thursday. Law and Crime, which is the YouTube network that I followed to bring you guys these trials. They came out with a new trial, and I'm like, oh, let me check this out, a new trial. I don't know why they're starting a new trial on a Thursday, although that I did see that they're having trial today on Saturday in this case. Um, this judge is like moving this, well, because that jury is sequestered, so he has no reason not to have Saturday trial. I forget where that case happened. Oh, in Tennessee. This small town in Tennessee. So they changed the venue. They went to they went to Chattanooga, the big city, picked the jury, told them, go home, get your stuff packed for 2 weeks, and meet us back here at the bus. Put them all on a bus and drove them back to this small town where they were going to have court. But so it's a change of venue because they've got jurors from another municipality or venue, but they're bringing them back to this courthouse. I don't know where they're staying, but they were sequestered for 2 weeks. It's like being in jail. You've got these, guards following you everywhere, and you're not, I've never done it. I've never been on a jury ever. I've never been on a jury. But so anyway, I looked at this. I listened to the opening statements, and once I listened to the opening statements, I opted not to cover that trial, and I'll tell you why. Because when I first started doing these segments, I did one case that involved a child, and you guys asked me not to do that anymore, not to cover any more children. And I agree. And so this case involved the death of a 5-year-old autistic boy at the hands of his parents. And I said, oh, no, but no, we're not doing that. No. So I'm not covering that trial. That was a long story to say that. So I am still covering the trial of Jacob Cayer. So the day 2, they put on the stand the detective who interviewed Jacob Cayer in the hospital. Now this detective, he gets called. He's already put in a full day at work, but he gets called to go to this hospital and interview Jacob Cayer. He knows nothing about the case, except that this guy was apprehended, that there's 2 people dead. That's really all he knows about this. And it's like 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. So he shows up at the hospital, and now they're getting ready to transfer this guy to a different hospital where there is a forensic nurse that can collect evidence. And we'll talk about that in a little while. So this detective goes to the hospital, and he's basically just kind of sitting by him, listening to him, asking a few questions. And what the detective says is, he says it was actually better that I didn't know anything about what happened because I just wanted to see what he had to say. Well, let me tell you, this defendant has a lot to say. Very little of it is understandable. Really, this guy's crazy. Um, yeah. So he was being treated for his dog bite injury from the canine, and he had some wounds on his hands. I would say defensive wounds, but it was probably more offensive wounds from the knife that he used on the scene. Cuts, like, in the crease of his palm and other places. So nothing that required anything but cleaning it up, no stitches or anything like that. But the guy is just totally out of it. Totally out of it. And he says to the detective, well, I guess the ketamine is wearing off. Now, ketamine is an anesthetic. And the detective, it has a calming effect, but it also has the effect of causing delirium, confusion, things like that, which this guy was clearly exhibiting. He was very confused. And he started out by saying, he mentioned several different people by name. He mentioned somebody named Ike. He mentioned Sabrina's name, the victim, some other Sabrina, some girl in North Carolina, somebody, her family. He thinks that he has no idea why he's in the hospital. He wants to know, did he take a car and crash it into something? Because he can see cement. Like, he's getting, he's just talking in, it's basically gibberish. Like, he's just saying random things that come to his mind. And so this detective follows him from that hospital to the next hospital. He goes with him in the ambulance because he's in custody. And it's an audio recording of the interview that we're trying to listen to, bits and pieces of. That's very difficult to understand. For one thing, because it's a body cam audio. There's no video, and so it's on the police officer who's sitting next to this guy in a hospital bed who's got handcuffs on the railings. So you're hearing the handcuffs, you're hearing all this background noise, and it's super difficult to understand. So the detective is trying to tell the jury what this guy is saying. And very little of it just doesn't make sense. He's saying a lot, but nothing that makes sense. He tells him, please check my Google Drive. It'll tell you everything you want to know about me. Give it to my psychiatrist. Yeah, it's weird. He does eventually, during this interview, tell them where the knife is, tell them where the body of Sabrina is. Never says that he did it. Never confesses to anything. It's weird. So once the it was all told maybe 8 hours that this detective is spending with this guy. And then when the interview's over, the detective goes back to the scene, because I told you it took him 3 days to process this murder scene. He goes back to the scene and says, here's what he's told me, that the knife is near some foliage across from the garage. He explained what the guy said. So that's how one of the reasons they were able to find the knife. I guess. So, in any case, we hear from the nurse. She's really a sexual assault nurse. She's trained on how to collect evidence in rape cases, assault cases, any kind of forensic case. She knows how to collect the evidence, which is, you have to do it the same way every time. You have to change your gloves between collecting each piece of evidence. She goes through the whole explanation of how she did it. She did photographs of the wounds. She does all that. And then we hear from the medical examiner, who describes pretty graphically the injuries to Sabrina, the daughter, who was found out behind the next door neighbor's residence, and the wound that caused her death was a stab wound through the torso that penetrated her heart and lungs. And then there was another wound that penetrated her liver. I mean, she had wounds all over. He didn't give us like an account, but she had a number of stab wounds. Then he describes the mother, who just went through hell, this poor woman. And they both had defensive wounds on their hands and arms and stuff. But this woman, my God, he manually strangled her. He put a garrote, which is a rope around her neck. It looked like one of those things you would walk a dog with, around her neck. He stabbed her. Just there was a bite mark. I'm trying to think what else. He used a tire iron. He used a knife. Like, I don't know. So, yeah. So, following the medical examiner's testimony, which, I gotta say was quite graphic. Whoever did this was so angry. I mean, he just had to have been in a rage. So, the prosecution rests their case. Now, the defense tells the judge that their client wants to take the stand, and the judge, she, has the jury leave the room, and she talks to this guy, and he's like, "Nope, I want to tell my story." He's adamant. I'm going to tell my story. Everybody needs to hear what I have to say. So, in Monday's show, you're going to hear what this guy has to say. And is it interesting? Oh, yeah. I haven't finished listening to the whole thing. It's difficult to follow, but it's interesting. You're going to want to hear what he has to say. So that's the only hint I'm going to give you. Yes. And then I want to close the show today by talking to you guys just briefly about National Pride Month. This is National Pride Month. It's a month where we recognize the LGBTQ community. Years ago, back in 1966, there was the New York police raided this gay bar called the Stonewall Inn. And following that raid, I mean, it changed the history for the LGBTQ community. Following that, they started gay pride parades and demonstrations, and I mean, just after that Stonewall Inn, there was like 7 nights of demonstrations from the LGBTQ community. And I mean, since that time, there have been great strides. Not enough, but a lot of strides in that community. You know, there are members of that community at every level of government, in the military, but, you know, we still need, they're still out there, there's still of them, some that are isolated, they're still being bullied. So I just want you guys to know that if you're a member of that community, you're also a member of my community. This is a safe space for anybody that's part of the LGBTQ community, including, you know, family members that I have. And I'm not going to mention names, but some of you know who I'm talking about. You know, you will never be bullied on my channel. It just won't happen, because I accept you for your differences. I accept everyone for their differences. I always have. So that this is the month that we talk about it. You know, that we recognize that it's still an issue. We've made great strides, but there's still a lot of work to be done for that community. So, yay! Pride Month. I should have like I should have worn a rainbow hat. Yes. So that's how I'm going to end the show today, guys. I love you all. Again, thank you so much for all of your kind words with respect to the passing of Jake. My heart was broken, but you guys are helping me heal, and I love that about this community. We stick together. So have a great Saturday. Good luck if you're after the Diamond Art Club lottery today. And I'll see you tomorrow on the Great Cat Adventure. Yes. So take care. Bye, everybody. Love you.